where it gets fascinating. So let's just say I'm going completely off piece, but this stuff really pumps me up, really excites me. I love this. Okay, so let's just say you buy 10 houses. Okay, and they're all worth 100K each. Okay, so value, mortgage. Yeah, that's all we need. So value and mortgage. Okay, and they're all worth 100K each. So you have 10 houses. So you call them 1 million. Okay, in property. Okay, which is 750K in mortgages and 250K in deposits. Okay, certainly a reasonable portfolio. Do we agree it's a reasonable portfolio? So yes, Christine, in terms of maintenance costs, they went up here in line with the rental going up. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so are we all happy? 250K reasonable deposits for £1 million portfolio, nice and simple. Okay. Now watch this. In 10 years' time, and in 20 years' time, and then in 30 years' time. Now, I know some of you guys are going, I don't want to do this for 30 years. I get it, okay? But the concept still sticks, whether you do it 10, 20, or 30. How much is your portfolio worth in 10 years? Okay, it's 2 million. 20 years? 30 years. Okay, now the mortgages obviously stay the same. Do you know where I'm going with this? Yeah? I don't do this one often. I'm doing this one because I'm like, you guys are special. I thought this one would be very cool to do for you guys. This is all using basic maths and fact, okay? This is all using historical data. Now watch this. So if 10 houses equate to 8 million, how much is each house worth?
Yeah.
800K, okay? So that means after 30 years, one house is worth 800K. And how much have you got on a mortgage for that 800K house?
Yep.
Not quite. One 800K house has a mortgage of 75K. Now, if you were to sell that off, pre-tax money, okay, you make 725K. What could you do with that 725K against the other 9 houses? Yeah, you'd have some inheritance tax problems, potentially, depending on how you do it. Because if you keep everything within one business, Tony, and you use it to pay off other debts, then there's no inheritance tax or taxes. Okay, let's check this out. So your 750K that you've got as mortgages here, minus one mortgage, okay, at 75K. Okay, minus 75K, which means how much do you still owe in mortgages? Thought you might like this, Tony. Okay, you still owe 675K, but you've got 725K to play with from selling one house of your 10 houses. Okay, just from selling one, which means then you can clear off all of your mortgages and you're left with, give or take, about 50K, give or take. Now understand that how you do this dictates how you do the tax, but that 50K would be the only bit that would be deemed as profit because the rest is paying off debts. Loans, you don't pay tax on a loan. Okay, remember this. Now this is where it gets really interesting. Okay, this is the bit that blows my mind because you now have how many houses?
9.
No, you started with 8. Oh, no, you started with 10. Yeah, you're 100% right. Sorry, my apologies. My apologies. Okay, so you have 9 houses. Okay, and they are all worth how much each?
800.
Which means your portfolio is how much?
7.2.
And how many mortgages do you have? Wealth plan. Multi-generational wealth plan. Cool, right? This is what we're teaching you guys. Potentially, Julia, depending on your accountant, depending how you do it, because that might also be tax deductible. There's stuff that you can do. Now, do you guys understand why we are doing what we do? This shit isn't rocket science. Property is not rocket science, but it's a long-term game, and we live in a life of instant gratification. And I'm sorry, but you're not going to get instant gratification in property. It's not going to happen. It's not like a credit card where you can buy shit today and get it tomorrow on Amazon. Okay, it takes time. But if you stay the course with us, we will show you how to become a multi-millionaire